And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, or good morning, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Forecast. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Tuesday, November 30th, the last day of the month. We are heading into the last month of the year. I hope you guys all had a great evening. And if you were trading last night, I hope you found some opportunity because, man, we got some movement in these markets here overnight. Crude oil down, lower than yesterday's, Friday's low. We were down in that $66 range. That one continues to press lower. You've got equities. S&Ps gave up all of yesterday's gains. Nasdaq working its way down. Nasdaq's giving up about a third so far, but continuing lower. Gold still trading well with inside of everything. Euro though, wow, we got a big pop in euro. Euro's been in this steep downtrend here over the last few weeks. Now we've got 3 days in a row. Low to high, continuing to work that direction. We'll see if that trend continues here today or we start to fall into a little bit of a pattern. And lastly, the 10-year note working its way higher. Right now, the big concern is this new COVID variant, and we have Jerome Powell speaking today, and you know exactly what he's talking about. He's going to talk about is what kind of effect another variant of COVID, any sort of lockdowns, any sort of restrictions may have on the economy and those effects that it may have on these equity indice markets. As we all know, the Fed is currently tapering for the mere fact that they're trying to get back to pre-pandemic status, but we'll see what happens. So we got to be really cautious of that stuff going on here today. That's going to be our major news on the day. Other than that, we're going to see some stuff come in. You got consumer confidence coming in at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is that consumer confidence number. So we want to keep an eye on that one here in an hour or so. Not a whole lot more on the news front there. Just as we look at things, Asian markets, they're kind of rebounding after the virus sell-off that we saw. But that's really about it. No major news. Want to say good morning to everyone. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our charts. Charles, good morning. Nico, JB, Jim, Dante, Dr. VJ, Jorg, PK, Zerain, Peter. Thanks for restoring Sierra chart to the platform options. Absolutely. That's been a major question we've been asked quite a bit over the last, I would say, year or so. It's been in the pipeline, just trying to make things work. So we're happy to have that one back. Felix, good morning. Jerry, Isaac, Ricardo, David, good morning. Peter, when is the 50K micros combine loading? Just keep an eye out on things. I think we have something coming soon. Not 100% sure on dates, but we do have some stuff coming out. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our charts here and see what we got going on here today. As always, we're going to start out with our daily in crude. Now, really no question here. This market has completely changed market states. I'm not fighting trend. I'm not fighting this market state. We are in a major downward move. We have now made another new low. So what I want to look at is we got to get close at this. We've got to see what we're looking at. So we're actually in a pretty interesting location as we speak. We're at yesterday's value low, yesterday's regular swing low. Beyond this, we just have to be prepared for downside moves. What are downside moves going to lead to? Downside moves are going to lead to bigger opportunities. But for entry points, if we're going to get in on the downside move, the big thing I cannot stress enough here today is wait for strength. If you're looking for downside move, you need to wait for strength. We need to see directional or strong pushes to the upside before taking those shorts. These are going to be potential for big swings, so you got to be cautious. Now, this market could totally change, and it could rotate back inside for us and start to recover some of last night's gains. Remember, this market opens up in 9 minutes, so that first few minutes, we got to see what happens. This market could rotate inside. We could make a rotation right back to settlement price up here at $69.95. $69.95 is settlement price. So I won't lie, that's going to be an area I'm going to keep a close eye on. Now, here we go. Here is a regular trading hour unchecked point of control from Friday, right here at $69.25. So we do have some really nice targets up above for this market to rotate back inside off the open. If it doesn't rotate back inside off the open, look to continue to the downside. If we can get continuation to the downside for entry points into that, we want to see the market give us a little bit of relief. We don't want to jump in and take instant risk right off the open, right? We want to wait for a little bit of strength to come into this marketplace. Not saying it's going to work every time, but yeah, we definitely want to wait for some strength for taking that short opportunity. Make sure you're looking at some of your technicals, trying to determine exactly where you're going to get in. Not just, oh, market showed me a green bar, I'm going to take that as strength and we're going to take the short. No, we want to find those good asymmetric opportunities, those inflection levels where the market state can change or get close as possible to those. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500. Now, S&P 500 has completely given up pretty much everything from yesterday. We still have our 50 EMA down below. You guys know me, I absolutely love EMAs. We're going to actually be talking about this today in Coach's Playbook at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. We're going to talk about some of our favorite indicators that we here at Top Step use. All right, so this market is rotating lower. I repeat, we did not make a new low. So what are we going to look at here today? If this market continues downside move, we're going to see if this market can make a new low. If it doesn't, I'm going to be more optimistic about upside potential. All right, let's look a little closer here in our 30-minute chart. What do we got going on? Well, here I want to show this. This was pretty nice last night. Really a beautiful double top last night right up here at 67. Market rotated lower, gave up all of yesterday's gains last night. Now, we fell into Friday's value area. We came down to Friday's value low. I'm going to utilize that here today. That really is going to be a key area for me today if this market starts to rotate to the downside. We do have targets down below. We've got point of control from Friday. That's an unchecked point of control during regular trading hours. Yes, we checked it in the overnight. Minimal volume in the overnight. We want to see. I'm always looking for regular trading hours to come check points of control. So we got point of control right here at 45. We're going to call 46 even. 46 even is that Friday point of control. If this market rotates back inside, that's going to be a great area to look for opportunity. We got 46 even down to 45.89. Okay, so we do have some nice targets down below. Now, off the open, if this market does push higher, we're going to look for opportunity. We got to look for acceptance. Either if we're going for longs, we're looking for acceptance inside of value from yesterday. If we're looking at the short, we're looking for rejection. We're looking for quick rejection, keeping our stops tight and looking for this market to rotate back inside and stay range bound with the overnight trade that we've got going on. We are sitting right now in a pretty interesting area, right at our 20 EMA here. Market has approached it, rejected it once, twice, possibly a third time. We'll see what happens, but let's be patient here. Wait for this market to open. And remember, Jerome Powell is speaking today at 9 a.m. So the first half hour of the open, sit on your hands, be patient. Don't rush into anything. Wait for Powell to come out and start speaking. Next, let's go ahead and look at the Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq, stronger of the two equity markets that we're paying attention to here. Nasdaq is holding a little bit stronger, has not given up all of yesterday's gains, rather is holding really nicely here. This market's still maintaining trend to the upside. Now, I just want to point this one out right here. Our 20 EMA is approachable if this market starts to make lows. So right here, 16,189 is our 20-period EMA, 20-day EMA here. So if this market does rotate lower, that's going to be that first stop I'm going to pay attention to. I wanted to point that one out. Next, let's look here at their 30-minute chart, see what we got going on. Now, here's what I like. We are really nicely trading inside of yesterday's value. When markets start to open up in value of the prior day, I'm going to 100% look to utilize value as my extremes and my opportunities. So this market here, now we are trading kind of a little bit more inside or a little bit in the middle, so I'm going to be a little bit more patient. I'm going to look for market to approach an extreme value low, possibly here off the open. Look for it to approach that extreme. Look for an opportunity there for rotation back to the upside. We got settlement price up here at 16,393 quarters, 16,393 quarter is our settlement price. This could be a great opportunity too, off the open for closing the gap to settlement price. That really holds true here. I think this is actually a good opportunity or a good market setting up for it. We can close our gap to settles off the open right up here at 16,390. Again, it's all about what that open's showing us. We want to be a little bit patient. We want to wait for that market to open, establish some sort of direction for ourselves, get an idea of where the buyers and sellers are coming in. Remember, that's one of the key things we're looking at. If in that first minute or two it doesn't go make a new low here, doesn't make the attempt to go make new lows, then hey, maybe we'll see rotation back to the inside. We'll close the gap up to settlement price. It's already kind of making that little pop right now. But again, we're going to hold out until after 9 o'clock, after Jerome Powell speaks, with the concerns of what's going on with Omicron and, potential government shutdown and inflation. So he's got a lot of things to touch on here today. This is actually getting pretty strong here. This market is working its way higher. We are about to possibly see settlements get checked prior to open. That'd be pretty cool. All right, next, let's look at the gold market. Now, gold is holding in a tight channel here. Not much more to say to it other than right here at 1780 continues to be a key level here for this market. Extremely reactionary over the last, I don't even know how long. We could talk months. 1780 has been a pretty inflective level. Holding strong and holding support continuing here for the last week or so. So as we look a little bit closer on the 30-minute chart, we are trading nicely inside. We're in a very nice range. But here's something I wanted to take a look at with you guys. I wanted to kind of point out just how helpful utilizing volume profile is. Now, we can ignore yesterday's trade, right? We can ignore yesterday's trade, and we can utilize volume profile over the last 4 days to really kind of give us some definition. It defines our low from yesterday. It defines our overnight high to the tick. So that's what I'm going to continue to look at here. I'm going to continue to open up. Come on. Here we go. I'm going to continue to overlay a larger value area for myself for market definition. I'm going to keep it very simple. Now, if market breaks outside of our value, for sure, we got other levels. We got areas we can start to pay attention to. We got unchecked point of control from Friday. We got swing highs from last week all the way up here at 1819. But right now, looking for opportunity within this value over the last 4 or 5 days. We got our overall point of control right here at 1795. 1795 is overall point of control. Now, if this market rotates back inside, I'm going to still get to prior day value. I'm going to start to look at prior day levels. I've got point of control down here at 1788. I've got value high down here at 1789. So I've got some great opportunity down below. But really, the key thing here for me is I'm trading within the range or within the value of this higher time framed volume profile. If the market starts to trade outside of it, I'm going to wait for acceptance before I'm willing to accept more directional move. Right now, you guys know me. I believe in range-bound trading. Higher probability trades tend to be when they are in range or you are trading range-bound, so that's what I'm going to continue to look at. All right, next, let's look at the euro. Euro is on a tear here so far today. We saw the big move Friday. Yesterday, pretty quiet. Another big move here today. We are starting to look to establish possible market state change. We have been in a downtrend here since probably late October. Heck, we could even continue to go back. We've been in a downtrend the last year in this market. Market is trending lower. We are potentially leading into some sort of relief, rally, or market state change. So let's look a little bit closer, see what we have going on here. Really, for me, I'm not arguing directional move here. I'm looking for weakness, and I'm trading that weakness. Now, if this market does decide to rotate, where can it come? Where can this market go to? Well, Friday's swing high was point of resistance here this morning, or last night, I guess you could say, 1:30 this morning. 113.25. 113.25 was kind of a point of resistance. So if this market starts to rotate in, that's going to be one area I'm going to start to keep an eye on. Otherwise, we've got settlement price down here at 112.76. Honestly, beyond that, there's really not much to say. Look for trend. Look to trade trend until that market state says otherwise. If this market continues directional, if not, we can start to look to kind of define some sort of range. We need to see, for me, I got to start to see, we're seeing weakness since about 3 o'clock this morning. We've seen weakness in this market right up here by, let's call it 113.70. 113.70 has been rejective. So if this market, once the equity market opens up, if this market takes off and trades through there, great, we can continue to look for trend. If we start to see this 113.70 start to hold, look for a rotation back inside. Now this is directional here. The last 3 days, this market has trended higher. So I'm not looking to expect it to give up all of last night's gains. As you guys know, the euro likes to get sideways during regular trading hours, so maybe we will see this 113.70 hold, and all we're going to do is we're going to start to look down here to 113.50. Really going to keep it rather tight and look for opportunities within there. Next, let's go ahead and look at the 10-year note, which is on a directional move to the upside. We have officially made new highs here in the overnight session, falling just shy of our 200-day simple moving average. 200-day moving average here. We have fallen just shy. It's going to be an area to keep an eye on here today, 132.02 half. So when we look a little bit closer, what we got going on? Same thing as euro. Market's trending higher. Market is maintaining directional trend to the upside. We made new highs in the overnight. I need to see that new high get tested here during regular trading hours today. That's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to look to see if this market can go mark new highs, 132.01 half. On the flip side, we get settlement price all the way down here, 131.01 half, just so you guys have it to mark on your charts. But the same principle applies here. Look for trend to continue, but need to see acceptance up above that swing high. If not, look for inside trade. That's what I'm going to be looking at here today. All right, everybody, those are our markets here today. Don't forget, we got Coach's Playbook today at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Make sure you guys come join us. We're going to talk about some of our favorite indicators that we're using. Make sure we can share some of that. We'll dive into why we use them, what we're looking at for them, and things of that nature. So make sure you guys join us at 11:30, and then I'll be back this afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time for the market recap. So, guys, we got markets opening up. We got crude oil actually has opened up. What do we got going on over there? Oh, jeez Louise. All right, crude oil has opened up, is pressing lower. It is pressing lower. We are trading outside of Friday's value. And we're going to continue to mark new lows in this market. We got a low down at 66.51. We'll see, does this market go through? What do you guys think? Does this market move lower the rest of the day, or do we start to see it rotate back inside? It has opened up. Initial move is lower, near swing lows already. So could find a little bit of a catch there. Merrick, good morning. Brian, Dan, good morning to you. Subconscious, good morning. Jacory, Johnny, Kevin, Pascal, good morning. Rick, Charles, Dan, you mentioned volume nodes for Nasdaq. We can take a quick glance. All right, so we're going to look right around 1620, 263, 16,263 to 268. In that range, you got a high volume. That's going to be really what I'm going to pay attention to, as well as 16,296, 16,296. Those are going to be some areas for some volume nodes there. Brian, good morning. Are the MCL being added? Oh, the micro crude oil. That is in our conversation, something I'm looking at actually myself. So no answers on that just yet, but definitely something I'm looking into. And Kevin, good morning. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign on out. Like I said, I'll be back 11:30 a.m. Central Time. No, it starts at 7:45 main points it has for the last, I believe John changed it like within the last 2 months. PD, it's not in the micros combine. I think you can trade it possibly on the regular trading combine. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I'm looking at it strictly for the micros combine. I could be wrong. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign on out. Again, 11:30 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast, or the coach's playbook, and then 3 p.m. Central Time with the market recap. So I'm going to go ahead and sign on out. Get ready for this market open. Got my coffee ready to go. Look forward to seeing you guys here later today. Trade smart, trade well, and look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.